I suppose, when you really consider it, life is just one event after another. A series of dilemmas and resolutions that ultimately, at the end of the day, have no influence over anything. Imagine, walk around the local shop, just for a chocolate bar. Can't believe it, £1.50. Daylight fucking robbery. Man behind the till goes, it's £3 minimum card payment. Now, say what you want about me, but I didn't go around with a wad of cash in my pocket, so I had to leave empty-handed. Bet you're just itching with embarrassment, aren't you? But just think, how much influence did that event really have over anything? I mean, sure, you could walk around for several weeks, days, with a fierce sense of shame stabbing you in the gut, but that shopkeeper don't give a fuck. The twat. I suppose what I'm trying to say is every decision you make might seem big and important, but it's really not. No. And I'm not trying to be all high and mighty here, but I do have a point here, don't I? And I'll bet the rest of my Mars bar that you are in some weird way relating to this, aren't you? That you can think of at least one mistake that you've made that still messes you up inside, even though it has no influence over anything whatsoever. Shut yourself in year 6. 10-year-old me would have done a lot worse. Drunk a full pint of milk in Sainsbury's. Well, at least you're not the sad bastard cleaning it up. Elsewhere, there's not one mistake that you could make that I would judge you for. So I don't really know why my mum gives a fuck about me murdering Steve. Steve wasn't really that interesting, and to be honest, his death wasn't even my fault. So I don't know why I'm the one being sectioned. Wait. Steve was a gerbil, just a gerbil. I rode him with it. He could have had corona for all we know. I didn't kill a guy! Please. Let me clarify. Mrs. Turby from next door asked me to pet sit her Mongolian Gerbil, Steve. Now, you need to understand, when your neighbour is offering 50-odd quid to babysit some dumb rodent, well, you're going to take advantage of that situation, aren't you? Really, it was my mum's fault because she wouldn't let us have a party at her house. Started off just a chill one, a few friends, a couple of beers, but sadly not much entertainment in Mrs. Turby's traditional Victorian house. Cue Steve. Now, to my mates, Steve was a pretty sweet discovery. Not that any of them knew what the damn thing was. Seeing him there all helpless in his little cage, sure you could understand why we had to let him out for a little bit, just throwing around. Wasn't my fault that Mrs. Turby has so many exposed wires. Little bastard took a pretty mighty shock on the Wi-Fi router. It was hard to say whether the sudden burst of energy was due to the microdosing of electricity or, well, the Red Bull. That was just a little bit in his water bottle. And that was James's idea, by the way, not mine, so I will not be held accountable. James said that Thomas thought that he needed a bit more energy, a bit of pizzazz. And then, well, for context here, James did work experience at the vets down the road last May, so we thought he was the best one to be trusted with when it came to animal stuff. And also, sorry, no, you're right, not very appropriate. Well, I wouldn't say that, but, well, if Steve told me to jump off a cliff, I would assume he'd check the surrounding area for hazards. Yeah, Steve was in the scouts as well, you see. Yeah. Where was I? Yes, the Red Bull. Well, it did work, a bit too well. How do I put this? Steve went apeshit. Little legs moving a million miles an hour. The speed at which he flung off a spinning wheel was quite remarkable. I don't know if you've ever heard a gerbil scream. Ray, it sticks with you. He met the ceiling fan with abrupt and what should have been fatal consequences. And just as the mighty Icarus flew too close to the sun, the gerbil flew too close to the ceiling fan. He was rather, well, twitchy afterwards, and we thought he might have a little micro-rodent concussion on top. So, did the classic failsafe. Whack an ice pack on him. It was as we got into the ice tray we found him. Our little furry popsicle! It was at that point that I realised that, well, in order to secure my payment, I would have to make the death look natural. And, well, a frozen carcass isn't really giving natural death vibes, so I thought we could put him in the microwave just to thaw him out a little bit. Return him to normal dead gerbil temperature, and Mrs. Turby would be none the wiser. So, in he went, max power, just to speed up the process, for 15 seconds. At the 13-second mark, he exploded, leaving a mirage of little gerbil gut stalactites all over the viewing window. Sadly, you can't really explain sudden combustion as a natural cause of death. Believe me, we tried. In the aftermath, I was cruelly punished, basically grounded until the end of time, and, well, forced to speak to you, of course. No offence. Then again, I don't think many bridges were built with Mrs. Turby. I was watching her through my very securely locked window, making a right fuss, all crying and shit. And the whole neighbourhood came out for the funeral, the sappy sods. I wouldn't have gone, even if it wasn't banned. There wasn't exactly much left to bury either. I've found, in my many, many years of harmless antics, that people can be very touchy. Each to his own. So, there you have it. Another pointless event to add to my many lists of wrongdoings that ultimately, at the end of the day, have no influence over anything whatsoever. But obviously couldn't have happened to a less deserving gerbil. I mean, hamster. Yeah, I feel really, really, really terrible about the whole thing. Yeah, just really eats me up inside, you know? So... did I pass?